Another Realm is a narrative-driven tabletop role-playing game podcast. For this season, we're using the Dungeons & Dragons 5e rules. Kinda. Sometimes the language on this podcast can get a little spicy, but if that doesn't bother you, my name is Will, and I play Six.
I'm Bruce, and I'm the voice of Archie.
I'm Frazier, and I play Margbark Smoth.
And I'm your game master, Tanner, and this is what happened on the last episode of Nether Realm, the Neverthere.
So a wizard blew some shiny, sticky napalm on your brother, and then a more powerful wizard lit it on fire. Good luck, kid.
I revoke magic, and I hate all wizards and sorcerers in every form.
So yeah, I think we're going to go take the road less traveled because of Senor Archie and his reputation.
You're fully rested. You're ready to head out level 5 bastards. To the west, across the plains. Eventually, you hear something off in the distance. It sounds like music. The next things you guys notice are 4 satyrs and 1 human female.
What about this girl? Who is she?
All right, I've had a fucking enough of this. And he takes a fucking hand axe and he just wings it at the woman.
Margbark, your hit point maximum is reduced by 10. So you guys continue on for your last day of travel towards this town that you assume is Drosden Mill. What are you looking for?
Tallest Java!
Yes, I'm Talisk. How can I help you?
I hold out the contract and say, Tallest Jabba, we're here for your wood.
This man is really cool looking. Here's his description. He has amethyst skin. And he wears a black suit with a ruffled white collar. His draconic horns sweep back over his straight coal black hair. Wow. What is he? He's a tiefling. This is a tiefling. First one in the campaign.
Why are his horns draconic then?
Because I couldn't think of the way that they sweep back. It's tiefling, but I didn't want to be like, they're not like horns like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll change
cool
that.
Character.
I'm just being an asshole because he's a tiefling, but he has draconic horns.
Tanner, your character sounds very cool. Don't listen to Bruce.
Thank you.
I'm just
super
being
duper cool.
I'm
Congratulations.
being a dickhead.
Bruce is
I'm
being
sorry.
a naysayer. Listen to his naysaying voice.
Can you say nay for me?
Nay.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Talisk. My name is Six. It's very nice to meet you. You are very purple, and I think I like that.
All right. So, Talisk looks between the two of you, Six and Archie, squinting his eyes, and he lands back on you, Six, and shrugs. Sure. What a strange introduction, but yes, I am Talisk. Are you here about the quest inquiry?
That is correct. And I'm sorry if I'm strange. I've kind of learned that I don't always interact the way I'm supposed to. But I did want to tell you that your purple skin looks nice. May I touch it?
No. That is actually very I appreciate you asking for consent first instead of just reaching out and touching me. That would be quite odd.
That's a new skill I've learned. Consent.
Oh, okay. Good. What? Wait, new? So you did. I don't want to. I am a man of authority,
That's
and I don't really
for
want
the
to
best.
try. Okay. Sure. So yes, I've dealt with some questing types before, and they've always been a slight bit strange. You know, the type to wander across the roads and slay things and solve problems. This particular problem is one that the commerce division has been dealing with for some time. and we certainly need some assistance. So I'm not going to go out into the woods and solve this. I'm not a man of the sword. I'm a man of the pen.
Huh. Okay. Well,
Yeah, you look
Don't-
like man indeed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes the ink smudges aren't there right now, thankfully, so I'm a little bit more presentable, but I appreciate that.
have you ever been to Penn Island?
No.
Okay. All right. This is my partner, Archie. He's the leader of our group. We're the Black Wolf Brigade. Tell everyone. Do you
Wait,
think you could accompany us downstairs so we could get our third member and have this conversation as one?
Sure, the logistics of what you described are a little bit strange. Are you partners or is he the leader?
Oh, he's the leader. I follow
Okay.
him wherever he goes.
Oh, so partners. I got it. He's the leader of the group, but that's wonderful.
Yes, partners.
That's
Excellent.
right. He's my butler.
Oh, there's a bit of a strange. The power dynamic in this whole relationship is a bit off, but hey, to each their own.
I'm not sure what a butler is. I don't really do
well-
butt stuff.
Oh. No, that is. All right, yes, let's go downstairs and have a discussion.
I
think
made
that might
myself
be the-
cringe with that one. That was so
that might be the best way forward.
I'm so glad I just drank my drink and wasn't in drinking, because otherwise all of my stuff here would have Moscow Mule on it right now.
Nice. All right, so the three of you head downstairs, meet back up with Margbark, who is just downing the last of his second beer. Margbark, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
That is a 4.
Ooh,
Not good.
you have a point of drunk.
You are one drunk.
Which is actually, you are one drunk, which is actually pretty good, as we discussed the last time. Disadvantage on persuasion and deception, but advantage against being frightened, which is fine.
Did you make up the drunk rules, or is this actual?
There are actual drunk rules.
There are some drunk
Oh.
rules.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
made these up, but there
used-
are actual drunk rules.
Yeah, these are expanded drunk rules. Margbark, you are so full. If you eat any more, it's not going to end well. It's going to end on somewhere that rhymes with floor. You pick.
The door.
It could be.
Door? A whore? Whore.
Could be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What else rhymes with floor? Score? Oh.
Could be on the score.
It could be on the pour.
Oh, poor.
Very,
I
very
like
mean.
that.
Very mean. Yeah.
Just don't
Yes.
throw up on the
All
whore.
right.
Yep. Well, if you do, probably still have to pay. Okay, so, but you see Archie and Six and this tiefling, this amethyst-colored tiefling, and very, very, you recognize them to be, very nice robes. Suit. Very nice suit. They all join you downstairs at a table.
I'm at a table as well, or I'm still at the bar?
We're
You're at a
coming to your table.
We're just, everyone's at a table.
Okay. All right. Here we are.
Does your drunk ass say anything as we approach?
You guys have to try these beers.
He's like breathing
Oh.
heavy.
No, I was warned about those. A full 1,200 calories per beer. It's wild.
Wildly delicious.
He'll talk it off. It'll be all right.
To each their own, I suppose. So, a little background about you before we begin anything is nice. Which guild sent you?
Technically, we weren't set by a guild.
Oh, well, how did you get the contract?
They say sheer.
No, we sent from a sort of a partnership with Base Shear from Leyland. He's the one who gave us the information.
Oh, is Mr. Sashir, he is the Outward Enterprises bloke.
Correct. Aye.
Oh, excellent. Yes. Oh no, he is guild written. That is fine. So this is all on the up and up. Very good. This contract, we've actually been dealing with this issue for a few weeks now, and I am not the first person that Commerce has sent out here. It was actually initially my second who was sent here to deal with this, but we haven't seen from him in about 2 weeks. He was reported missing from here. I myself am the second to the Atorian advisor of commerce, and again, Stefan Lanzig, who was sent here before me, was my second. So he's the second to the second, which just ends up sounding confusing. So Stefan was here and he went missing. But basically the problem is that shipments coming from Drosden Mill of Crownswood, very prized and coveted building material, has not been making it in its entirety to Velia. We have been expecting more than is arriving, about a quarter less, in fact, it has gone missing. So Stefan was sent here to investigate that, and then subsequently I've been sent to investigate Stefan's lack of communication back to the capital.
So you're telling me somebody's pinching 25% of your wood and you can't find it?
Yes. It's very strange, isn't it?
Archie looks very impressed.
Someone's jacking your wood.
Oh, no.
Honestly, I find it pretty hard to hide wood. Where do they hide the wood over and over again?
Maybe in a tunnel.
This has obviously been many times.
I am completely does not connect with the phallic jokes you're
Rampant
making.
dick jokes. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Fun fact, 6 doesn't either.
Okay, cool. I'm actually, I don't know where on earth it could possibly go. I know there were a few leads that Stefan was apparently chasing down, the last he said. But beyond that, I'm very uncertain. The only things that I'm really aware of is that there is supposedly a group of bandits that are in the forest. That was Stefan's primary suspect group. And additionally, the daughter of the mill owner, the man who brought this to our attention, well, it was brought to our attention because of the missing things, but the man who we've been in contact here, the mill owner, Wilford Drosden, his daughter, Avery, has gone missing. And she has been missing for the better part of a week and a half.
Anybody report any missing dwarves?
Missing dwarves? No one else to my knowledge is missing. Just Avery, Wilford's daughter, and the wood, which is not a person, but is in fact wood.
All right. Well, we saw some dwarf just hacking away at a whole forest on the way here.
Huh? Which where was that?
A bit back east, more towards Leyland area. He's just hacking away at this thorny wood.
Oh, thorny wood. Oh, that might have been Darkspur Thicket.
Yeah, it is Darkspur Thicket.
All right,
So,
it's good confirmation.
can I just... The wood missing, is it long and hard wood?
Yes, they actually send it as almost the full trunk of tree with the top limbs and cut off, and they float it down the river. It's actually a very convenient method of getting it down to the capital. They float it down Ironside River, and it goes directly into Hopesworn Lake. And then from there, it's picked up either by Velia, and if anything is missed, then by those watching at Hopesworn Castle, which is on an island in the middle of the lake, if you didn't already know.
Yes, I did know.
So there's no checkpoints or guards stationed on the river?
Typically, no, because it's a giant log traveling down the river. If anyone was going to try and take it, it'd be very hard, A, to get it, and B, to sell it to anyone else without someone knowing. Yeah, I mean, the properties of Crownswood are very great. It is almost as hard as steel, but it is still, it's a very large piece of lumber. Most of the buildings around here, their structures are made of Crownswood. So the homes in Drosden Mill are very well-constructed, very sturdy buildings. I would imagine that they would almost be able to stand up to a tornado.
Have you considered that it's an inside job?
I have not drawn that sort of conclusion. What leads you to think that it might be an inside job?
Just curiosity. Who pilots the ship?
Well, again, they're floated themselves, but if you're talking about who runs the whole operation here, then that's Wilford Drosden, the owner of the mill.
So essentially what they do, Marg, is they hack it down and they just lay it in the water and it floats because it's wood. They just let the current take it down so they don't have to waste any labor.
So it just floats unattended down the river.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
that's
my
what's
question as
happened.
well.
It's
Well,
worked for decades.
That seems like a stupid plan.
Well, it's not my operation, but any profit loss we don't pay for. So it really is Drosden Mill's problem, but we still have a quota that we like to see come in. And if the argument has become between the capital, between commerce and Drosden Mill, then our argument is we're not paying for what we don't get. Their argument is that we have received what has been shipped down, and so now we need to find out where along the line it has been disappearing and who is taking it. So someone owes someone money, and it certainly isn't commerce to Drosden Mill.
So float a log down the river and follow it.
That actually seems like a pretty good plan, if that's where you'd like to start. I myself have not deigned to enter the forest. That's why I've hired this out. I am no adventurer, so anyone that I meet in the wood, I would likely not be able to survive an encounter. I have no calluses on my hands, as you can see. Neither did Stefan, so I suppose he was a braver man than I, or dumber, which that assuredly is true.
Maybe the first place we could start is with Wilford Drosden. He seems like he's going to be a wealth of knowledge and information.
Well, you could at least ask about his missing daughter and see how that could be connected.
Possibly. Maybe the same people that are stealing the long, hard wood also stole his daughter.
Oh, you didn't decide to add adjectives to his daughter.
That seemed inappropriate.
Does it? Why?
He don't know his daughter.
I don't know her, exactly. Is she long and hard as well?
I don't believe she was into any sort of weightlifting or hard exercise plan.
The daughter did it.
Well, that all a possibility. You're a wealth of potential possibilities.
Is he just like
Case closed.
Case closed.
interjecting shit because he's fucking hammered?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Just
pretty, like imagine
observations.
like what I'm imagining is him just like kind of having a very just kind of round belly because he's just full of stupid heavy beer, just kind of slumped back in his chair like this, and just blurting things out randomly, being somewhat drunk and irate.
You did it.
I just want to make sure that
look,
I wasn't missing something and that like you had come to the conclusion and I was just fucking didn't catch it.
No, that's
lost.
drunken Margbark just kind of hanging out, yelling shit.
So, to summarize, if you'd like, basically, my second, Stefan Lanzig, has gone missing. Avery Drosden, daughter of Wilford Drosden, owner of the mill, has gone missing. And our long, very hard wood has also gone missing. So 3 missing things.
Is there a chance maybe your assistant and his daughter just decided they wanted to start a life somewhere else?
Oh, I wouldn't think so. Stefan was a very unapproachable man.
Ah, yeah, that's fair. Just want to make sure we weren't chasing 2 star-crossed lovers, eh?
Well, you never know. Maybe there's something there. Young love can find itself in many different places. But I suppose we should discuss pay and whether or not you're taking this. I guess we should discuss whether or not you're taking this first and then pay.
I see what you mean, Archie. Maybe Stefan is giving the long, hard wood to...
I didn't think ahead on this, and I don't know why I didn't see it. I thought, hey, you know what's a really fun thing to put in this world? Almost steel hard wood. And, you know, who's missing in this town that'd be cool for a jumping off point? Oh, the mill owner's daughter. And maybe, so someone's giving her wood. I didn't...
How did you not see this coming?
Because I'm an idiot. Is just what I'm going to go with.
It's okay.
Thank you. All right.
For the listeners, we're all assholes. Tanner actually tried.
I tried.
Okay, so I say, Archie, Margbark, maybe we go talk to Wilford Drosden. I think that's a great place to start, and then we can do your plan, Margbark, going up the river.
I already figured it out. The daughter did it. Pay me.
Well, we probably need a little bit more proof than just your word for it, Margbark.
Oh, whatever.
Right. So, would you like to be paid for this, or is this are you doing it out of the kindness of your heart? Is this one of those pro bono type adventuring deals? Because I am a man of commerce. We have the purse of the kingdom, so I do expect to pay.
Archie really likes money.
What's a pro bono?
Boy, I kind of fell into another boner joke, didn't I? Not it.
Yeah, I thought about it, but
It means doing it for free. It's out of the kindness of your heart.
Free?
Yes.
There's no kindness in anyone's hearts here.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I cannot trust anyone that does a job for free, so I'd much prefer to pay for this.
Well, look, I don't have much use for money. Archie will probably need to be paid. Margbark probably as well. But if you could do me a favor, instead of my portion of the money, maybe you could introduce me to Piat Belcom?
The historian.
Yes, I have great need of him.
That is a very odd request, but if that's going to give me a % off of the fee, then certainly I don't mind trying to set up that introduction. I can't guarantee anything, of course. Piat Belcom is a very busy man, constantly writing down the history of Atoria, both old and new, old continent and new continent.
I hear he's the best, and I need the best.
Well, he is the Queen's personal historian, so I would hope so.
Well, that would be my form of payment. Archie, I won't speak for you. Margbark, I can't speak for you either.
Yeah, I'll take money.
I will admit this is kind of out of my purview of typical operations within commerce. So, is there any sort of fee that you would like to have? What is typical of this?
Oh, yeah, the standard rate would be roughly 2,000 eider per person. So, since we're not paying 6, we'll just split the other extra 2.
I'm just gonna let him dig a hole for himself.
No, my payment is visiting Piat. So 2,000 for you guys.
Let me sum this up. So you're saying 2,000 a person, but he's taking an introduction to Piat Belcom. So the two of you would be splitting 4,000. 2,000 apiece would be a fee of 4,000 eider. So that seems very steep. So go ahead and roll. It's not necessarily. What are you better at, deception or persuasion?
deception or persuasion? Deception.
It's persuasion. I'm just kidding.
Okay. You know the value of this. You know the value of this. You know that this is very high what you're asking for.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll with deception at disadvantage because this is a man of commerce. He doesn't know exactly what he should be paying for this. He's asking the going rate, but he does know how much eider is worth.
An 8 plus 7 is 15.
Oh, fuck me, an 8 plus 7? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been a lot higher.
Yeah, my other roll was a fucking 20.
Okay, that is a hefty fee. Counter offer, I will give you, because we're not paying a third portion here, I will give you 2,500 total.
Look, the way I see it is you're involved in a business, right? With this very valuable wood.
Yes.
Think about the wood and the product we will save you if we're able to capture and stop whoever's stealing it. This will more than pay for itself. I think 3,000 total split is a fair deal.
Roll persuasion. Just straight. Oh, wait, hang on.
He's drunk.
Disadvantage because of drunk.
Oh, he's drunk.
Oh, shit. It fell on the floor. It doesn't count. Damn it. All right. 8 plus 4. So 11.
12.
What? 12. Wow. Math. Ha!
Yeah. I think 2,500 is more than generous.
All right, 2,500 room and board for the next 2 weeks because I estimate we'll need at least that much time to give you an actual answer.
Sure. That's fine with me.
What do you think, Marg?
I'll give you 1,000 up front to get anything that you might need for this, and I'll give you the 1,500 at the end.
Fucking, I think Mark just got us way more money than we should have gotten for this. So fuck.
Sounds fair. Let's go.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you gather that you probably should not have gotten paid near this much, but this guy he deals in money all day, but doesn't deal in how much it costs to be
Specific
adventurers.
transactions.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he really only knows how much money you'd be saving him if the trees got to where they needed to go, and it's a pittance in comparison to that.
Can we just talk about the +7 deception, bro? Anytime we lie,
Oh yeah,
that's
dude.
you,
That's
dog.
huge.
My shit
That's
is
huge.
Yeah, I have also +7 to intimidation, just so you guys know.
Oof. Yeah, I love the intimidation. That's great. Okay, so yeah, you guys have made a contract. He basically brings out a piece of parchment from his paper. He says, I don't know if you all already signed something with Beth Seshir, but if you don't mind, this will just be for basically an invoice for myself. That way I could submit it afterwards. I don't want to lose anything over lack of paperwork. So he just starts writing out a basic contract saying you agree to do it for this amount of money. 1,250 to Margbark Smooth, 1,250 to Archibald Theodore Cromwell, and a potential to meet Piotr Balcom for 6. Does this all, or did you guys give him your names? I need to ask that because you were going by
Yeah, well, 6 kind of, I mean,
6 kind of blew that.
Will just kind
Yeah.
of went on, and I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
he forgot or not, and I wasn't going to remake us do that
I
entire...
for sure said 6, and I can't take it back now. So he knows me as 6, and I said Archie too. I did say
Yeah.
Archie.
Well,
in the
Archie
whole
just
time.
called Margbark Marg as well.
Okay, so he writes down exactly that. 6, Archie. He looks at each of you and he points. He says, "So 6, yes."
Yes.
All right. He nods down. Okay, so for you, that'll be a meeting, potential for a meeting with Piotr Balcom. Again, I cannot promise anything, but I will do my best. You have my word. And you, Mr. Archie.
Oh, I was an orphan. I got no surname. Sorry.
Oh no need to apologize to me. I'm sorry for that. Archie, to Mr. Archie, I will offer 1,250 because you mentioned the split between everybody. And then for Marg, that's short for something?
Oh, that's my adventuring name. My real name is Ralph.
Ralph and a surname.
Yo, what was my surname?
Ralph.
Was it Ralph?
Wait,
Was
no,
it-
it was
Ralph.
It was Ralph. We
Ralph,
changed it to
Ralph.
Ralph, like Ralph Steve or something. Ralph Steve.
I think
thought
it
it was
was supposed to be
Ralph.
like Stevens or something, right?
Stevens. Yeah. So,
All right,
Ralph
fuck
Stevens.
it. From here on
It's-
out, canonically, it's Ralph. Let's go.
there you
Okay,
go. Boom.
all right.
Ralph. My name is Ralph. Ralph.
All right, that is that is that a regional name, family name?
Family name, yes.
Family
They liked
name.
it. They liked it. It was so nice they named me twice.
I love that. That's wonderful. Okay, so to Ralph also 1,250 Eider. So total of 2,500 Eider, and a once again potential meeting with Piotr Balcom, the historian. He hands it over and hands each of you a pin to sign. You sign basically what looks like the names that you've given, and he wraps it up, puts a stamp on the outer edge, and puts it back in his satchel. So Talisk will look across at each of you and say, thank you all so much for this meeting. How you accomplish this is completely up to you, as long as you're not, giving the villagers too much trouble. I leave it up to you to how you accomplish this in the woods. I have heard, again, that there are bandits out there, so there is some danger. In town, not much danger here. Never really any need for guards or anything like that. Other than now, we've had a few to come in to, just keep watch on the border between here and the Crownswood. And in case that sounds confusing, the Crownswood is the name of the wood and the wood, the forest and the wood. The wood is Crownswood and the forest is Crownswood. The Crownswood. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. So, again, if you need an introduction to go and meet with Wilford Drosden, just tell him that I sent you. He knows I'm not giving my name around to everyone in town, so that should get you in the door. You'll find the actual mill itself up on the northern edge of the town. And from there, you'll be able to see the pathway into the forest that they take to bring the lumber out. So, any other questions for me before you begin this?
Did you do it?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I think that's it
No
for
problem.
me. Archie. Marg. Ralph. Sorry, Ralph.
How old is the daughter?
Oh, I don't know the exact age. She's a teenager, though. Late teens, I believe.
Is anybody in town running into them bandits in the woods?
There haven't actually been much in the way of interactions between the bandits and the townsfolk, even those who are logging in the forest. There have been a few crossings, but never anything that ends in theft or harm. Some people speculate that the bandits just needed a place to hide after, I don't know, something, or they've just started amassing here. It's the town closest to the capital. We're not that close, maybe a day and a half, 2 days ride on horse. It's close enough for some people to be worried.
What was your last interchange conversation with your assistant before he went missing?
Stefan. Oh, well, he sent us some, he was sending letters for correspondence. His last was that he was going into the forest to do the exact thing that you expected, to try and follow the lumber down south. For the time being, they don't have any more lumber going south today, so that will not start up until the morning when they start shipping that down.
All right. Yeah. Let's go talk to whatever his name was.
Wilford.
Yeah, that guy.
No, Wilfred.
Wilford.
Sorry, now you've got me.
Wilfred?
Wilfred.
Wilford.
Brimley.
Wilford.
Will. I'm calling him
Yes,
Will.
Wilford.
That'll solve the problem.
That sounds like a dumb name.
That's a nice name. I love that name.
Got him.
Very good.
Bow.
What a strong fucking name.
Bow.
All right, well, I will be here for the duration until this is solved, so if you need any other assistance or have any other questions for me, please seek me out. You can use one of the rooms upstairs. I'm sure that the barkeep can direct you towards it. And it'll be one room with multiple beds, if that's fine. I think the other ones are occupied at this time.
You don't
Sounds
use
good.
beds. That's all right.
I don't really
Okay.
sleep.
I gesture at 6.
I also don't need to breathe. It's really handy in certain situations.
Well,
Don't think about it too hard. Thank you for the help and the information.
all right, you guys turn to leave as he tries to ponder why you don't sleep, eat,
Yeah,
or
if
breathe.
6 does, because I'm not phased.
Okay.
Margbark burps very loudly.
So as this tiefling is trying to puzzle out why you don't eat, drink, or breathe, the two of you stand, Archie and 6, and as you move, you notice Margbark's not moving, so you grab him by the collar, pull him up, and leave the sawing logs in. You've now come out to the streets, and you're wanting to make your way up towards Drosden Mill proper, the actual mill.
Correct. I believe that's our next stop. Unless do we need to get anything before we go? Can we do like a montage shopping thing real quick? Does anybody need anything?
I
you
don't.
Because he gave us
I-
1,000 eider.
Yeah, but
I don't think I need anything.
I'm going to assume that's going to get put away until we get back somewhere where we can buy actual goods.
Hopefully, you're keeping up with all the eider, right, Archie? Because we got eider from whatchamacallit, too.
I'm divvying it between like
Okay.
Marg and me. So
I have no idea how much eider we have.
We'll figure it out later. It doesn't really matter
who
now.
cares? Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, so you're all stocked up on what you need for rations if you had to venture off into the forest. If you need to get more, you could probably get some from the inn. Everything else, I think the only thing potentially lost in combat was Archie's hand axe, one of them, right? Or did you collect it?
the one I chucked at the girl because she wouldn't shut the fuck up. That the one
Yeah.
you're talking about?
Yeah.
That
that one.
motherfucker's sitting out in a field somewhere.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, that's really the only thing you guys are missing. The couple days rations that you used to get here and a hand axe.
Hello, dear listeners. It's Will again. the voice of Six and your editor for this podcast. Thank you guys again so much for listening, and as always, if you would like to see some of our nerdy world-building info, check out our website at netherrealm.com. Tanner put a lot of effort into that stuff, and I'd hate for you not to see it. Our next episode will release on April the 10th, so make sure that you subscribe to the podcast or following it on whatever platform you're listening so that you can stay up to date with all of our newly released content. And if you're looking to help our podcast grow, the best way that you can help to do that is by sharing the podcast with your family and friends that might enjoy what we do. And by leaving us a like and a review. Any and all feedback is welcome. Again, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
So you guys make your way through the town. It is, it's later in the day. The sun will be setting soon. For now, birds are flying over from small disturbances in the forest. But you can hear the chopping and the sawing start to really calm down, and eventually all the work seems to be silent. You can basically trace your way up through the small town streets, looking at all the buildings. Again, mostly made of crownswood. You can notice it just basically for its very dark coloration on the side beams. And it's a nice, quiet little village. Eventually, you see a larger building peek up above the homes and stores, and it is lined with windows and has a large pitched roof on the top. There's smoke billowing out multiple chimneys. And outside, a water wheel reaches over into the nearby Ironside River. And you can clearly recognize this as the sawmill. A lot of lumber stacked outside, and you can see that the large water wheel probably operates some of the machinery inside. There's a few men and women walking out of the mill. You can hear a whistle inside denoting end of day as everyone makes their ways back to their homes and bars, drinking holes as you guys approach. So now you're standing outside of the mill of Drosden Mill. What do you do?
A mill. So we're talking like old fashioned, like 1800, like, I don't know, like 1600s mill kind of thing, or
pre-industrial revolution, saws and machinery that are mostly powered by water wheel outside and steam burning, all right, that kind of stuff. So yeah, like loss of hands and limbs is relatively common.
Okay, so then also...
No child laborers, though.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. Important.
So then that means the building is pretty open then, right? Like there's not a lot of...
The building is very open, yes. Yes, basically, like I said, it is very tall and lined with windows. If you get a peek at the inside, really it is just a single floor. There is no second floor to this place other than at the back side. You can see there are stairs that probably go up into a little office segment at the back of the building.
Is there a door, or is it just a big entrance?
There's a big entrance where they drag the lumber in, but there's also a door to the right.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yep.
I was trying to figure out if it looked like the sawmill in like the first town of Skyrim, or if it's like a little more complex than that.
It's a little bit more complex. Yeah, there are four walls. The doors, so like it's barn doors in the front entrance where they drag in the lumber, but to the right there's like a door for people to come in if those are closed. So you do notice as you're walking up here that there are two men pulling the large barn doors closed. One shouts out to you and says, "Hey, if you need to talk to anybody, use the side door. I think there's some people still in the offices, but no entrance through this one. It's too dangerous. Okay, thanks. Bye." And they close the big doors.
All right. Okay, cool. So I'm going to just go grab the door and open it and hold it open for Six and Margie Bargie here.
Margie Bargie? Okay. All right, you guys cross inside. You can see, a lot of saws and other cutting implements. There's a few stacks of crown's wood that have been cut down into quarters. A few men linger and pass by you on your way in. But at this point, the building has become empty other than some lantern light that comes from the back room. You can see windows looking out into this area. And you can see someone moving up in the back room.
Hello. We're looking for Wilford.
You're ways away from the back room. Are you trying to address one of the people?
Just one of the guys. See if they point to that back room.
Hey, yeah, no, I'm trying to get out of here. It's the end of the day for me, but right upstairs in the back. Mr. Drosden is up there. Yeah, burning the late night oil like he always does. He works hard for the money. He works hard for the money.
You must be related to the guy outside because you guys sound exactly the same.
Who this? No, I was closing the door.
Oh,
that was me. Yeah.
Oh, you're very fast. That was way over there.
Oh yeah, I want to get home, man. I don't want to. I'm done. I worked hard today.
Understood. I know that most humanoids need sleep.
That's a weird way to put it. I'm leaving now. You seem like strange dudes, so don't fuck with anything in here. I mean, I was gonna say there's nothing to steal, but apparently we've been missing some wood. So, yeah, but whatever, man. And he just leaves.
I would not lie to the machinery. I don't know what he means fucking with the machinery.
He was kind of weird for somebody to call some other people weird.
I know. Very weird. Very fast. And very weird. Let's go see Mr. Drosden.
He yells from a distance, I just want to go home. Why you people just leave me alone?
Bye, sir. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, weirdo.
Now he's close again. He ran back to say that. He's so fast.
Yeah, you too, weirdo.
All right, so we just go up to Drosden's office.
Yeah, let's just head up there.
Is the door shut?
The door is shut. The windows here are a bit frosted.
Door is shut, you say?
Did you say the door's shut?
Oh no,
Guys, this could be a delicate situation. I think
I
I've
punched
proven
the door!
most proficient.
do you really?
Oh, fuck yeah, man. It's the only
All
way
right,
I go into
go ahead.
buildings.
He punches the door.
Go ahead and roll that. I am making our first real T-shirt for this is just going to be the door punchers, or I punch the door.
Yeah.
Done. All right. Roll. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm not lying. I'm going to do it. All right. Give me that roll. Give me that athletics check, please.
Burger. Is it an athletics roll or an attack roll?
Let's just do an athletics check.
16.
Cool. The door is not thick. It's not padlocked. It is just shut. And you punch it. It swings off as the latch kind of bends backward. It doesn't splinter the wood, but it does bend the locking mechanism back, and it swings the door open. And this large, broad gentleman with this auburn lumberjack beard. I mean, this guy he's probably 6 feet tall, but built. Looks like someone who logs it every day and drinks a ton of the beer.
Fucking labor quartermaster. Yeah, I got you.
He looks up and crosses his arms as he leans back in his chair behind this large desk. Cocks his head and looks over at you and he says, "Can I help you?"
All right, Six, take it away.
Yes. I'm sorry. We're very strong. We were only trying to knock. We knocked very hard, though. My name is Six. This is Archie, and this is Ralph, a.k.a. Mark. If you hear us call him Mark, it's normal. We're here on behalf of Talisk. Talisk?
That is one hell of an introduction. I am Wilford. Welcome to the mill, I guess.
Yes, your family, the namesake of this town. Very, very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
We're here to find out who's grabbing your wood.
That is not the way you should be putting that.
We had a conversation with Talisk. We understand that you have a lot of long, hard wood missing.
Is there one of you who doesn't talk in euphemisms? That's not something dirty.
What is a euphemism?
You. I'm not gonna explain that. You door puncher. What's your deal?
Oh, I'm the worst.
You're the worst at making pee-pee jokes.
Yeah, trust me. I'm like down here. Their mind's kind of out of the gutter. I'm just through the fucking gutter. So really, you should probably talk with them.
Oh yeah, dick jokes all day with this one.
Dick.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
What's happening?
I don't remember what you.
I make a ring, like a hole with my hand, and I just put my finger through it a bunch.
Great. You fucking idiots. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I don't remember what names you just gave me. So here's what I'm going to call you. And he first points to 6. Dipshit. Then he points to Marg. Drunk shit. And then he points to Archie. Dick joke McGee. Okay? We're going to go with those. Fine across the board.
It doesn't bother me any.
I've been called worse.
I mean, mine's not really that insulting, so yeah, sure.
All right, fine. How about dickhead?
Still not insulting, because yeah.
Easier for me. I forgot what I called you a minute ago. Okay, so you guys were sent by Lily Livered shit from the Chamber of Commerce or something, and he came over and said, "Go talk to old Wilford, who's lost his daughter, lost his." Let's see if I can phrase this so that you guys don't make a joke.
You would.
You would.
Sure, fine.
It's okay. The crown would.
Okay.
We understand.
Yeah.
I'm not
All
sure
right.
what a euphemism is, but I'll
Great.
try my best not to speak in them. Can you explain
Okay.
pee-pee?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry. I can't.
This whole arc is just gonna be dick jokes.
This is
Watch it.
terrible.
This
We
is
just-
This is gonna be the fucking highest listened episode. Watch. It's gonna be like through the fucking roof.
People just re-listen to it. Okay, so what you got some questions for me? You got some leads? You want to try and track this down? You consider yourselves regular detectives?
I would like to think I can be a pretty good one, but that's neither here nor there. You're our first stop. We're trying to figure stuff out, and I thought that you would be the best person to speak to about what's been going on. We understand your daughter is also missing. Avery, I believe?
Yeah, my precious Avery. She's gone through all this, having to deal with, my product being taken, and now my daughter's been taken, and I think it was the bandits that did it. I think it was this dumbass dipshit new bandit that came up in here, and he took my Avery. This little asshole named Arnold.
Does he have a surname?
I don't know. Do bandits all have surnames, or they just wander around not being a part of anything bigger other than
They tell you to get to the chopper.
banditry? They what now?
They tell you
Oh
to get
no!
to the
Why
chopper.
Why would a bandit to tell me to get into my sawing materials, utensils, and stuff like that? If they did that, I'd punch them right in the face, break their fucking noses.
Why didn't you punch this one?
I wasn't here when it happened. I just knew he was snooping around. I talked to my man Red, and he told me that, hey, there's been some people. Been this guy snooping. Red found out his name.
By the way, Bruce, I did get your joke, by the way. Get to the chopper!
Yeah, no, I did too. That's why I said cutting.
Yeah, I
me.
know.
Everyone got the fucking Arnold joke.
Okay. Is there any chance that your daughter may have taken the wood?
Excuse me, you just said my daughter takes wood? My teenage daughter takes wood.
Yes.
You think my teenage daughter is stealing from me? That's what you've come to insinuate.
No, I just wanted to ask. Got to rule out all possibilities.
He slams a big meaty fist on his desk. My daughter would never disrespect her father like this. No way. She was taken. I haven't heard from her. I haven't seen her. No one has. No one leaves like that without a trace, unless someone else took them. Are we clear?
When was the last time you saw her?
It's been about a week and a half. No, it was last Lear's Day.
And where were you when that happened?
Working. I work 12, 14-hour days. I'm in the mill before sunup, after sunset.
Yeah, we came across a guy on the way in here. He was leaving and told us that you burn the midnight oil quite regularly. Is there ever anyone else here with you that can corroborate you being here?
Corroborate? You think I'm stealing from me and I done put my daughter in a place where no one could find her?
I'm just asking questions.
All right. Yeah, if that's the kind of stuff you want to try and pull, I mean, you could ask my man Red. He's here the latest with me. He's probably still around the mill somewhere.
Understood.
But doesn't always know where you are.
I mean, I'm in the office. I got my light on. He's around. He sees me in the office. Did you see my shadow? You see me coming in? You see me through the windows when you entered here?
Yes, we did see that.
There you go. What do you think? I'd put up some sort of, I don't know, cutout to make it look like someone's in here? Put it on some sort of moving saw that goes across the floor? You're pretending I'm in some sort of mill alone situation?
I see you've really thought this out.
If I were to have done that. I mean, yeah, I've thought about it sometimes. Why not? Look like I'm working more than I'm working, put something together, fuck off in the middle of the woods, frolic through the moss. Yeah, okay, yeah, I've thought about that.
Oh.
Archie just kind of like gets the very just flustered look on his face, like, okay.
We all think about leaving, modern life behind, just going out and finding some giant mushroom to live under, just leaving everything, no more bills, no more. I mean, come on, you don't want to be like just fucking go goblin mode or something.
Well, we kind of do that already.
Okay, that's cool. Sorry, this has kind of gotten off track. You guys are asking if I have done some shit, and you're asking if I can have someone corroborate my story. Like I said, my man Red would be able to tell you as much as anyone else, but I didn't steal my own daughter.
Honestly, we don't think that you did it. To be fair, it's just asking questions.
Okay, to everyone listening, and also for your benefit, Fraser, if you wanted to use insight to see if you could tell if he's lying, that is open to everybody. Depends on whether or not you're good at it and whether or not it'd be something you want to do.
I'm not good at it, so
I'm pretty good at
I kind
it.
of believe him at this point.
Okay.
You know what? I don't think Six has any suspicion of him. I was going to say Six probably would use insight, but I don't think Six has suspicion that he is not above board.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, you're telling us you and Red leave together? Is that right?
No. Red usually leaves before I do. He's probably gone, I don't know, half hour before I head out for the night. He's a good man, Red, but I don't expect him to do as much, put in as much time as I do. This is my business. So I mean,
Well, he would know all the ins and outs, right? He'd know how to open all the doors, use all the equipment, know where people would look for the wood.
Oh yeah, 100%. I gotta have someone who has that kind of knowledge. Like, he's got the keys to the kingdom, proverbially. I trust a man with my life.
All right, I was curious.
I guess my livelihood would be the worst part about all this. And gods, I mean, I know Avery wasn't happy about it, but maybe it might help you out to know this. She was set to be married. We had this agreement with this fancy pants businessman, new guy, new money, coming up in Velia. The guy just bought himself an estate. They were going to be married in 3 weeks. It's hard for me to remember the kid's name. Is like Cecil, Cecil. I don't know. He's one of those Hadleys.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit.
Say that. What was that name again?
Archie's twitching in
I'm
the corner
pretty-
now.
Bruce
I'm
is
pretty
actually like twitching.
I'm pretty sure the kid's name is Cecil Hadley. I'm pretty sure it's his name.
Archie, you knew some Hadleys once, didn't you?
Maybe we don't.
Oh, you know the Hadleys though. You've been in business with them before.
No, but they're a hop, skip, and a jump away from who we work with, or who we work under, actually.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, they've got their hands in almost everything these days. You know, especially anything that's like war related. They got like they're into armaments and stuff.
Building supplies?
Oh, no, I mean, if the only hammers they got are war hammers, and the only sawing utensils they got are like, I mean, I guess you could try to use a sword as a saw. They got axes.
It doesn't work
but, like,
that well.
Hand axes. Oh, I don't want to know how you know that.
No, I just tried to chop wood with a saw, or chop wood with the sword once. It doesn't work very well. But I tried to use it as a saw instead of hitting it.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, hey, yeah, don't use that. Use a saw or an axe.
Yeah, well, I didn't have one handy. I needed wood.
Oh, actually, he looks at your back at this point and sees the felling axe that you have. He says, "Hey, wait, you do some hacking yourself?"
Yeah, you could call it that.
Oh, nice. What's your primary export? You do. I mean, of course, you don't do the Crownswood. This is the only Crownswood, but like you do some elms. You done work heads. Okay, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that either.
Well, to be fair, if my primary export wasn't body parts, we probably wouldn't be able to find your daughter or who did this. So we'd die like dude's assistant.
Fair point.
It's best that you don't ask questions around that part of it. We have no intention of hurting you or your daughter, and we hope to find her safe and bring her home for you.
And import some
very
body
much
parts along the
appreciate
way.
that.
I would caution marrying her to
Someone
The
you don't
Hadleys?
even know that well. You couldn't even remember his name. How do you know he's not some...
Oh, I couldn't remember
don't
the
know.
boy's name. I know his dad.
Oh no!
Uh,
Oh, please
yeah.
don't say it.
Apples can fall far from the tree, my friend.
Wait, what's his
Or they
dad's
might not,
name?
and then you should... Well, Yeah.
It's Aeneas, the guy who goes by Aeneas Hadley.
Fuck me. When's the last time you saw them? Are they in town regularly?
Oh, no, they don't come out here. They're too
he
good
wouldn't
to
even
get
come
there.
out here to talk to your daughter in her home.
Well, I mean, the man doesn't get his boots dirty. Let's be honest. You know.
So you're going to marry your wonderful daughter who was raised to work hard by you to some, politician, basically? Seems like a
I mean-
terrible idea.
It's good. It's good for business.
Well, not if you find out it's a dirty fucking politician.
Oh, then
That's the trouble with politicians. They're all dirty.
give me a persuasion roll.
I don't give two shits if he does it or not. I'm just talking shit about Aeneas.
God.
No, I know,
thought
but
this
I
was-
want it. I want it.
I was getting ready to wrap this up and go see Red or just get on down the river or something, and then you said, "Fucking, he's marrying the Hadleys," and I was like, "Fuck."
Hadley. Archie rages. 16.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Look,
Doesn't
I don't
always
have no
sit-
kids. I don't know. I'm just telling you. I've dealt with politicians plenty. In fact, that's primarily who we work for.
You're not wrong. I mean, I like the salt of the earth sort of thing, but she has no interest in the salt of the earth, fellas. Like, no sweethearts in town. You know, and I'm definitely not gonna like. The only man to show much in the way of aptitude is Red, and I'm not gonna sell her off to that old coot. He's only like 5 years younger than I am. So, you know, is what it is.
Okay, look, we need to get going if we're going to make it there tonight. I don't know if we will go tonight or in the morning, but one last question.
Yeah.
Stefan,
Uh-huh.
the number 2 under Tallis, did you meet with him? And do you know anything about his whereabouts? Where he went?
Yeah, Stefan poked around a couple times. He came in asking, questions, wanted to look at the books, and really just overall asking when our shipments typically go out, how much we were missing, and when the stuff went missing. I think he had a hunch about following the rivers down. I mean, we thought about it too, but realistically, I don't have the men to spare for it. like the contract with the crown is massive. Okay, and like we had some guys follow far enough south through the forest where it's no longer our problem. Like, if the crown wants to guard the wood as it goes down the iron side, then that's their problem. We never signed up to do any guarding. So the investigatory process has been all left up to commerce. I don't give a shit as long as I'm getting paid.
All right, another question for you. Who's the dwarf out there chopping at that thicket?
Darkspur Thicket?
Yeah, whatever. It's just one dwarf, and I really want to know why he's out there, and I haven't been able to find anybody in this frickin' town who knows why.
I don't know. That sounds weird. We don't send... I got nobody missing that'd be out there doing that.
So avoid the gentleman hacking at Dark's... Okay, all right.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me. What's that dwarf's fucking name?
What dwarf? Oh, you don't know.
What was he... Did we know what he was wearing?
Yeah.
What was it?
Plain brown robes.
Fuck me! Running fucking sideways. That's motherfucking Brother Gansel just out there cutting wood down is what's happening right there. That's what's happening.
God.
All right. Okay. My God,
shit.
I miss every cue.
No, I wouldn't have connected that either. So
Nah, no chance.
It's not just that cue. I miss all the cues. Just okay.
Yeah, but your cues aren't obvious. Mine are obvious. It's names and stuff. So
well, yeah, you get Hadley, and it's like fuck.
Give yourself some slack, Will.
We still don't know enough about Margbark. Anyways, okay. So he just said that answer to that question. So, all right. Well, I think we got enough to get started. I appreciate your time, Wilford. Maybe we won't punch your door next time. That's a lie. We do that every time.
Didn't you say you knocked on it?
Well,
I knocked. Yeah. I don't know why he keeps saying I'm punching doors.
I meant knocking.
He looks over at the door. He's like, I'm gonna have to fix that. But I mean, I guess thanks for showing a weakness in my building infrastructure or something. I don't know. You guys got any more questions for me?
What's that door made out of?
Well, not Crownswood, but it's bound to be.
I was going to say. It doesn't seem as strong if it's made out of Crownswood.
I mean, the problem obviously wasn't with the wood of the door, but it was with the latch. So, I mean, maybe I'll make that out of Crownswood too. I don't know. I mean, it should have been steel or iron or something. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd say if you're going to head out, if you're going to try and follow the wood down the river, we got shipments. My boys start chopping and prepping after, like, at dawn. So it's a little after dawn when it starts heading south. And then, anything is that you might find as you go through the forest, the only thing you got to watch out for the bandits. That's all I know
Tallest?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said the bandits didn't really give any of the citizens here problems. So
They don't, but I mean, when there's a bandit camp in your woods, they're known criminals, right? That's the only reason we know they're bandits. We know who some of them are, so
I see. So they've had problems and been caught and then gotten away and then been caught again and then gotten away and then so
yeah. They've kind of gathered here. I mean, we've had some conversations, had some parlay with them. We have assurances that they're not gonna fuck with people in town, so we're not gonna fuck with them. I mean, you could trust a bandit as far as you could throw them, but
So you're telling me that you don't know why a bandit camp is camped out in your woods, and you're leaving them there, and there's nothing in the vicinity to tell you why they would be there, and the assumption is not that they're stealing the crown's wood?
No, I mean, I think they stole my daughter. I think they took Arnold, who's, I believe, a part of the bandit group, pretty sure that they did it. So, but they haven't messed with anybody. So that's the problem that I'm having. They haven't fucked with anyone else, but I think Arnold, who is involved with the bandit commune, took my daughter.
Archie has an aneurysm on the spot.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. We're going to get started first thing in the morning. We're going to go back to sleep now. You can leave your wood in our hands.
Okay.
His hands, not mine.
I'm gonna need you. You're gonna have to start understanding this shit. Can you explain? He points to you, Archie. Can you, dick joke man, explain a dick joke to this fella if he doesn't get it? Because I'm now seeing that he's just
He still won't get it.
No. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have a
Trust me.
penis.
I've tried with see? He
What?
thinks we wanted to know that.
I don't care. Hey,
Thank you so
please.
much for your
okay,
time.
I think no problem. I'll talk. Don't talk to me later unless you need to. Okay, if you find something out about Avery,
All right, we'll
talk
let you
to
know
my
if
man.
we find your daughter. And I turn and I leave.
No, please do. Please. All right. You guys leave as he's like trying to say, "Leave me alone."
I
But tell me,
bow really
leave me alone.
deeply while walking backwards, just big old bow.
Okay,
Very awkwardly.
that's all right. You're a fucking strange group. And you guys, Margbark, was there anything that you wanted to add as you leave?
I burp very loudly.
No, I thought you were going to be like, I think you did
And I
it.
turn and walk away.
Okay. All right. As you guys head out, you see one guy who is lingering in this area. He's a middle-aged man. Looks like he might be a little bit younger than Wilford upstairs. But his he's wearing a nice white collared shirt that is dirtied from working and doing things. Looks like he doesn't do all the same manual labor that everyone else does, but he is in here cleaning up a few things, tidying a few things before the next day of work. But he's the last person left in this area.
Excuse me, sir. You must be Red.
I'm Red. We're gonna help you fellas with?
I'm just trying to meet some folks at the mill. How would you describe your position here?
Oh, I'm just second, right under Mr. Drosden. I take care of the things that he needs done management-wise, look over the boys and men and women that work here, keep everybody in line, but also ensure that, they get their pay and everything remains as safe as possible. Sometimes we miss things, and that's on me to make better.
Oh, great. You're HR.
Are you from here?
No, I'm actually from out east. I was born out in the old wild east. Lovely place if you're into less trees than here. But I made my way this way, and I tend to enjoy it. Atoria is pretty nice in general.
All right, it's good enough for me. I was just going to say.
What do you think of Mr. Drosden?
What do I think of Mr. Drosden? I mean, I really appreciate him. I came out here with nothing. Out there from near Edgefield Gulch, and I got here, and I, just an axe on my back, ready to do some work, and he took me in, gave me a job, and I worked my way up. He trusted me enough to manage some stuff here, so that's why I really like the man.
What about his daughter?
Oh, I mean, she's a lovely young girl. I think she is one of the kindest people I ever met. She's, I will say sometimes she could be a little bit shady, a little shifty. I caught her about 2.5 weeks ago. Came up into the office. I thought it was Mr. Drosden working up in there. Turns out it was her. She was writing there in one of the ledgers, slid it in the drawer as I came in, acted like nothing was up. I thought that was a little fishy. I told Mr. Drosden about it, but he said it was probably nothing.
Of course it's nothing. It's always nothing when it's your own children.
Interesting that he didn't bring that up in our conversation.
Oh, I'm sure he had nothing to worry about it. He probably had a chat with her, figured him out. I mean, it's probably just a young girl playing a prank on her daddy.
Do you know what she wrote?
Oh, I'm not certain. I didn't ask him about that. I don't deal with the books or, any of the real paper type stuff. It's just the people that I'm in charge of.
And how much do you know about what Mr. Drosden does when no one else is here?
Oh, I mean, a good deal. He's sitting up there managing the paperworks and the contracts and writing letters of negotiation to commerce and to the capital and to the other few places that we sell to. So he's just dealing with all the operations of the business. I mean, that takes a long time.
You actually see him doing this, or this is an assumption of yours?
Oh, I work here pretty late. I'm here probably about an hour after sunset or so, and I'm cleaning up, prepping for the next day out here, and I can see him up there working. He got his light on in there, and I can see his shadow shimmering around and all that kind of stuff. So, and I'll knock on the door every night before I head out, tell him, see you tomorrow morning.
Okay, well,
Look, a boss staying late isn't really that suspicious, but somebody fudging the ledgers. Now that's a bit suspicious.
It does seem like something we should keep our eye on with Avery. Look, my last question, what do you know about Arnold?
Oh, well, I think Arnold's one of those wood ruffians. He came around, a couple times. Had an argument with Avery, and then pretty sure. I mean, Mr. Drosden's pretty sure that Arnold took her. I mean, we know he works with the bandits out there in the forest. Up until then, there ain't been no problem. I mean, unless they're the ones involved with taking the lumber.
All right, I'm sorry. I just got to bring this up to you as well as everyone else in the room. It's not a problem that a bandit camp is camped in the woods near your village, where you have no, a town militia maybe?
I mean, I asked about that, but pretty much most of the time we just live and let live. We had I think there was some parlay with them. I wasn't involved at some point, and it was they're just like, hey, we won't hurt you, we won't cause any problems. We'll keep an eye out from this side of the wood, and kind of you let us be, we'll let you be, and then it can be a mutually beneficial, or at least not unbeneficial relationship.
I've never heard of bandits who just let sleeping dogs lie, so to speak.
I mean, I haven't either, but I'm real good shot with a bow. If they ever did come up in here, I could teach a few boys to do a few tricks on that. And I think that, if you're coming up against a whole town of people that work day in, day out at a mill, swinging axes and really know how to swing them, that's not a particular force that you want to go up against necessarily.
Red, I'm going to share you just a little bit of my own personal knowledge. There's a very big difference between felling trees and felling people's spines. And most people, when they are up against having to fell people's spines, fall back to the instincts. And the instincts aren't good, because the instincts generally cause them to freeze, and then they die. Just, you clearly have some training or capable with your bow, but I wouldn't place your life, I wouldn't depend on your survival with some townsfolk that you taught maybe 2 days before that to fire a bow. Just to let you know. I'd get the hell out of town if they raided here.
He nods. You see him, really thinking about what you said. He's like, I don't know, Mr. Drosden always seems to have a plan, and this seemed to be no particular bother to him, but I mean, what you said makes sense. It's never really sat that well with me that they were there, but, anyone that brings up anything that's saying it's a cause for concern, usually just, not necessarily shut down, but just told not to worry about it, that things are under control, that we got nothing to fear from the people in the woods, really. I mean, there's a lot of other things that are more dangerous in there than bandits,
Please do enlighten us.
Oh, like bears. We've heard of some drakes being in there before,
They have woogalos.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to worry about those so much. But, yeah, they got woogalos in the Crownswood, for sure.
I've got to know, what was Avery arguing with Arnold about?
Oh, I'm not sure. Everything that I've been seen or told about, it makes it sound like a lover's spat. But, I mean, what do I know?
Yeah, I was already thinking that.
Fucking Fraser called it at the beginning. The daughter did it.
I absolutely think the daughter is the fucking problem, yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. That about wraps it up. We're going to start in the morning. We'll find this bandit camp. See if they had anything to do with your wood. You can leave your wood in our hands.
I appreciate
he doesn't,
that.
He doesn't get it before you take offense. He doesn't understand.
Get what?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, I get what you're saying. My life is wood day in, day out. Hard wood in my hand, especially when it's an axe. I love it. I love the life. So, yeah.
Well, if you fail as an adventurer, you can always work with this guy. You'll fit right in.
Oh, I'd love to. You look like a big fella.
Archie, I could never leave you.
Hey, listen, if you guys have any other questions or, concerns, please feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to give you a few more answers if there's anything else. What I would say is, if you want to head out, do it in the morning when you can see. I mean, we all know how bandits like to do it at night. But also all the other stuff in the forest like to do it at night as well. So, yeah. You boys staying at the Sawing Logs?
Yes.
It's a good spot. Good beer.
Very good beer.
Not as good as some of the stuff they got out in Olmere. Man, that beer they got out there, that stuff is like the nectar of the gods for real. But if you ever find yourself out east, I'd definitely look them up. Those Goliaths, man, they brew a damn good beer.
I will.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you guys,
Okie dokie.
He goes back to wrapping up whatever he was doing, and the three of you head out of the mill. You just going back to sawing logs and posting up for the night?
We're gonna be waiting for the logs to start headed down river in the morning. Yeah.
What they said was that at 6 a.m. or when sunrise starts, they would begin the shipments. So.
Okay. All right. So you head back to sawing logs and talk to the innkeeper, get your keys for your room upstairs. In there, they have 3 single beds set up, only one of which is going to be used. So the 3 of you get your long rest for the night. Yeah, because Archie sleeps on the floor, 6 sleeps on the floor, and Margbark, do you sleep in a bed?
No, I sleep in a bed.
Margbark doesn't sleep. He meditates for 4 hours. And
shit, do you do it in a
bed?
bed?
It's a long rest. No, not really. I mean, you don't have to. I mean,
I sleep in a bed.
You can just kind of hang out.
I was going to say, Archie sleeps in the bed.
You have an option of Archie to push all the beds together and have like a queen plus.
A gigabed.
A Chad bed.
Gigabed.
Giga Chad bed.
Archie, I'll help you put these beds together.
Archie's already asleep.
Okay. All right. You guys get a good night's rest. This is a pretty quiet town because people have to all wake up really early in order to start the day. There's not a lot of clamor downstairs. There's a few people that disperse after their couple of drinks, but those drinks hit so hard and make you they straight up give you the itis. So you're sleepy as soon as you're knocking back one.
I would like to point out that as soon as the first ray of sunlight breaks over the horizon, Archie wakes up because $1,250, 50 eider, is enough to get out of bed very early in the morning for.
Okay. All right. Archie springs out of bed when the first light cracks through the window.
Yeah, like gusto. Just, all right, let's go. We got money to make.
Okay.
Margbark's already awake, sitting on the floor, like tossing a little glowing ball of purple in his hand.
Nice. Just a full. I mean, well, was there anything you wanted to do during the night? I mean, we can visit that, or did you just want to say you rested for 8 hours?
Oh, no, I rested.
Okay.
I've been up for a few hours because, only needed 4, but.
Yeah, you only need 4, but you can go into a meditative state or sleep for 8 if you so choose. All right, so the 3 of you get up and head out of the inn. Are you heading up towards the mill again? Are you crossing over into the Crownswood? Are you going to go see the bandits? What's the deal? What are you trying to do?
I feel like we need to see the whole process from where the logs hit the water on down.
Okay.
So wherever that is.
Well, we would have to go all the way up to do that. So I guess we hop on our horses and just follow the river up, right?
Yeah. So it would have just been, so they would float the primary logs down or carry them out of the forest. So the forest proper is to the west. So they'd either carry them down, or if they're on a particular location farther north, they might float it down to the mill to be chopped. So if you're trying to follow the full process, the processed lumber comes out of the mill and floats down south. So you could go and follow a shipment from the mill and follow it down if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's head to the mill.
Okay.
See how the sausage is made.
All right. You guys maneuver through the streets alongside all the people up just as early, heading out to work, going towards the mill. You would know that they work in shifts, and this is the first shift of the day. It's hard work getting through this, so putting people in certain shifts is always a plus. You make it up to the mill and bring your horses out to the side of it. Near where the water wheel is, you can see a segment where it comes out of the building and pushes it out into the water. And that process has already started. So the first batch of logs is already floating down south. As soon as you catch sight of that, do you just follow it directly? Do you try and talk to anyone here before you leave?
No, I don't think we would talk to anybody because, I mean, I feel like we've talked to the two most important people that could give us the most information. So the idea would be to follow it, and what I'm specifically looking for is a place where somebody could snatch this stuff.
Okay. Yeah, you guys start traveling south, following the flow of the river in this first batch of logs as it makes its way down. It winds along through the town and on to, at the southern point of the town, into the forest and cuts down. So you know at this segment, the forest is on either side of the Ironside River. So you've made yourself, or maneuvered yourself into the actual woods as you're following this river south. It goes on for a ways. This river is very, like, it's not swift moving at this segment. It is wide enough to get, a few stacks of wood on either side. So crossing it for you would be a pain, especially on horses, and especially since you don't know how deep it is. But you're maneuvering through the forest, and there's some twists and turns in the rivers here, but not enough to deter the logs or cause any pileups on the sides of the river. As you've seen now, there are no other branches for it to cut down, no other places for it to get lost. But eventually you do start hearing the sound of rushing water. It could be white water, it could be a waterfall, rapids, anything up ahead that's causing a bit of a disturbance. The river here also gets a little bit narrower, but the way it works is it kind of funnels the lumber in. So again, they're not getting caught up in this segment.
So it's not you're basically saying it's not a natural, so far we've not found a natural reason for the wood to not flow down the river. Okay.
Not that you've seen yet. Do you guys just go ahead and approach the sound of the turbulent water, or would you like to stop, go on horseback? How do you want to approach?
I mean, rivers be turbulent. Do we have any reason to stop?
I was about to say, because we wouldn't think of anything man-made stopping the water, right? Like, we would just think, oh, it's a river. It makes noise like a river does. Yeah. So
yeah, it wouldn't upset me at all to stumble upon a river making noise. So I would just keep
I
going.
also assume we're not galloping at breakneck speed down this side of the river.
No, the logs aren't traveling.
A light trot.
Yep. A canter, if you will.
I can never remember if canter is faster than trot or slower.
I don't know. You're going at a speed that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, so you three and your horses continue on down. Eventually, what you recognize as the disturbance is a small waterfall ahead. Not enough to, if you were in the river on a boat, that you wouldn't be able to traverse it. I mean, it'd cause you some problems. You might dip down and capsize the boat because it floods. But you don't see any rocks or anything that would cause disturbance, break any of the wood, cause it to get trapped or pulled under as you approach this waterfall. However, what you do notice as a few logs and a few bunches travel over, you notice one log goes over the waterfall, dips down at an odd angle as it makes its descent, goes underneath the water, and then doesn't come back up.
Did anyone else see that log disappear?
I want to watch it happen again. Does it happen again?
You wait for the better part of 5 minutes, and you see another log, seemingly at random, just one, dip under the water.
Now that I've seen it happen twice, and it seems like it's happening at an interval, whatever that may be, Six gets off of his horse and says, this sounds like a job for me, maybe. I think I can do this. So I'm preparing an action that when the log goes under, as soon as I see another one start to do the same thing, all of them go under and come back up, I guess, until they don't. So when I see one go under for more time than all the other ones take to come under, I'm going to jump in the water.
Okay, you're off your horse next to the water waiting for that to happen?
Next to the waterfall, I'm going to jump as soon as it goes down the waterfall and doesn't come back up. I'm going to jump in.
Okay. All right. You
Hey,
prepare
Six, what are you
yourself
going to do?
I'm going to investigate.
I grab my rope that I have on me and tie it to his ankle.
I was going to say,
just in
like,
case.
I have no idea what he's doing, so I can't, you know, create a...
I'm going to jump in the water.
Oh,
see
okay,
if I
cool.
can
I
see
take my
what's
rope
going
and
on underneath.
I tie it to Marg's rope. So we have a really long rope. And
Long
I go and I
rope,
take
yeah.
Six's rope out of his bag and I tie it on. Yeah. So you get the point.
Okay.
We got like a solid.
Yeah, you guys have
100
lot
150
of
feet of
rope.
rope. 150 feet of hempen rope. Okay. All right. So you tie this around 6, and I'm not going to make you roll for anything because it's not like it's in the, in the middle of anything. So you can take your time to make sure the knots are good. In this time interval, you wait for. Wait on the side of the waterfall, looking down, waiting for the logs to come. You wait 5 minutes, nothing happens. You wait 7 minutes, nothing happens. 10 minutes, nothing happens. Seems that the interval that they were sinking under, they're not going under anymore.
So they've taken 2 logs and they are not taking any more. Or maybe they've noticed me. All right. Well, it doesn't seem to be happening again. But I've got a plan. And I jump in the water.
Okay. The water is relatively turbulent here because of the waterfall. So when you jump under, it is churning at the edge here. Do you jump at the top of the waterfall or you jump at the bottom of the waterfall?
Oh, I jumped
it's
from
about-
the top of the waterfall. And yeah, like
Okay,
we
so
didn't,
the
I didn't
waterfall-
climb down, in other words.
Yeah, the waterfall is about a 10-foot drop. Again, it's not very steep. It's not bad. So you jump in at the top, and you're going to tumble over and try and go the route of the wood and see what's happening there. So
Correct.
what?
I'm
latched
pretending I'm a
the
piece of
rope
wood.
to our horse.
You attach rope to the horse? Okay.
Yeah, I
will allow
tied
that
the rope to
be
my
as
horse's
verbatim.
saddle.
Okay. All right. So you jump in. I'm going to need you to give me an athletics check to see if you can keep yourself above and in control as you're going over this waterfall and going over the side.
That's a 9 plus 2, 11.
Okay. I would like it at disadvantage because you did not take off any of your armor or anything else.
Okay, that's a 6 plus 2, 8.
Okay. All right. So you jump in, and it's a little tough to keep yourself afloat with your weaponry and everything else attached to you.
Well, I didn't want to stay afloat. I wanted to go under, by the way.
Okay. Yep, that's fine, but it's going to be in control. So you're having trouble controlling yourself in this current. You tumble over the waterfall and down into the next segment of the river. The water here pushes you under. Luckily, you don't need to breathe, so you're not down here worried about that. But the water does push you under because you sink so hard, unlike the other logs that kind of tumble across and are able to make it down. While you are down here, it is difficult underneath the water with everything churning up in this location to see. Go ahead and give me a perception check, also at disadvantage.
Oh, come on. Okay, that's a 16 on dice and a 19 on dice. So 16 plus 6 perception.
Wow, very
So
good.
22.
So 22. Okay. You're not really able to steady yourself down here. You really get a quick glimpse of something in this area. And what you can see as you get tumbled over is what looks to be an alcove underneath where the waterfall comes over. So at the bottom of the waterfall, underneath the water, there's a bit that goes back, some sort of maybe small cave or entrance or something at that point. And then you're swept away and you start getting dragged down the river, at which point the rope finally catches and you are taut on the rope that is attached to Archie's horse's saddle.
All right, so I know that rope's taut.
Yep, you know the rope's taut.
Okay, I'm going to hop on my horse and begin moving the opposite direction to basically drag Six back up like a fucking
All right, you
fishing
drag-
reel.
I'll feel that, obviously, and start trying to help as well. So
Okay.
I'm going to get out. I'm going to try to get out.
Yeah, you get dragged to the shore. It's easy enough to get down.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you were going to make me do a check for that. So I was giving you the opportunity. Did the alcove look like a cave underneath? A cave system of some sort? Is that what I'm understanding?
You got a very quick glimpse, but it looks like, I mean, it got dark underneath there. You couldn't tell how far back it stretched, but it looked like it went back in the same direction of the river, like back upstream.
Okay, so you take it. Presumably, what Six thinks now is that they take the log in there, pull it back upstream, and take it out into the woods somewhere. Is what Six is thinking. Does that sound reasonable for what he just saw?
I'm not going to tell you yes or no.
Okay.
I mean, it's like...
I think what he's asking is he
question?
Assuming too much from what
yeah,
you've seen?
No, like if you would like to assume that the logs are being tumbled and pulled back into that entrance underneath the waterfall, yes, you can make that assumption. It was big enough for those logs to get through.
Maybe it's just a freak natural thing and no one's actually committing a crime and people are inherently good and everybody wins.
Yeah, doubtful.
I love that. Hey, that's the end of our story. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you so much for listening to the Another Realm podcast. We'll see you on our
everything's
next
good.
campaign.
Just
That was
fucking
the end.
kidding!
All right, so Six relays that information. Guys, so here's the scoop. Here's the dealio. Because I say that now. That's my word. I made that up just now with my mouth. There's an alcove that I believe is our ticket to finding out what's happening. I can follow the alcove since I don't need to breathe. I don't know how far it goes. I don't know if it's something that you're gonna have to hold your breath a long time for, because I know you must breathe as humanoids. But
You know, it's really weird when you call us humanoids. That's what he was talking about in the sawmill earlier. Like, I'm a human. He's a drow? Is that correct?
Drow.
Is that what I
Yeah.
should call you?
Drow. Yeah, drow.
Oh, you're asking.
I say we shove your metal ass in there.
well, I don't know that splitting is a great idea. We don't know who's doing this. Could be bad.
How much rope did it take before... he was well beyond the point that he saw before the rope went taut, right?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't get swept into the underground cave or underwater cave. He just got pulled downriver.
Here's another plan. We could each go one by one over the falls and have whoever gets in the alcove pull us back. First person jumps, gets into the alcove that is apparently there. We tie ropes to each other and we just pull each other in.
It is all underwater, completely submerged, filled with water.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. So I don't really know where it went, and I don't know that that's the best idea for you air breathers.
No, that's weird too.
Well, we have a lot of rope. We could just, you go in there, and if it gets bad, we'll pull you out.
I have another suggestion. I kind of know the direction it went. Maybe we should follow that. Leave our horses on this side. Go across. Maybe check out where I think it went.
How far are we away from the town, Tanner?
You were probably an hour travel south of the town.
A horseback hour or a walking hour?
A horseback hour.
Okay. Well, the only problem is I don't know if it's such a great idea if we leave our horses out here knowing there's bandits in the woods. Come back, no horses. Then that's the base going to kill us because these things are not cheap.
I can't have anyone hassling David.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Nice.
The Hoff.
All right, I'm gonna go back up to the top of the thing, go where it's a little bit easier to cross to see if it's deep enough or shallow enough where our horses can go across.
Oh, and I can tell you this, like, just looking down in the river, it's too deep for your horses to cross. I mean,
Okay.
they'd have to swim.
Too dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you're in the woods. You've got the trees lining either side of the forest. There's really no clear path that anyone's taken. You've really just traveled to the side of the river. You've had to weave in and out of the trees and stuff down here. So, yeah, that's what you're looking at.
Look, I still think our best plan, we've got a lot of rope. We send Six in the alcove, pull him back.
That's up to 6, really.
Before we do that, I just want to can we take a lay of the land and see if there's anything that we notice around us? Like just from looking around us, I kind of know the direction it went. So before I go down in there, is there something that we can see visibly right here while investigating that would give us any clues. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, you're searching around. I wouldn't say that's an investigation check because you don't know exactly what you're searching for. So you're trying to perceive your surroundings. Go ahead and you could do perception, or you could, because you're in the forest, you're trying to find certain things. You know, if you can argue survival, I'm open to either. So perception for you.
Okay.
Can we all split up and do our own perception checks because we're searching the area?
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
I use my
18.
passive.
Yeah,
18
fuck
plus,
you.
18 plus 6 for my
Oh,
perception.
18
Got
plus
a
6. Okay.
16 plus 3.
Okay.
So 19 for Margbark. What'd you get, Archie?
I got a 16.
Okay, nice. So the three of you searching around, you know, I'll just say the two with the lower scores don't really find much around here. However, 6, you do stumble upon, as you come around another tree, you do see a pair of boots attached to a pair of legs, attached to a torso, attached to arms, and then at the top of it all, there's a head. That's my way of saying you found a dead body.
I found a what?
So, you have found a body of a pretty plainly dressed guy in a black suit, and it looks like this body has been torn apart by claws. You see claws across torso and legs, and he's been here for a while. He's already starting to decompose. Rigor mortis has long since set in.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, guys, judging by the way that Talisk was dressed, I'm going to guess that this is Stefan. But let me see if I can find any identifying cards or something. I don't know. I want to investigate his body, see if I can see if it's
You look for his
Stefan.
horse's license?
I'm looking to see if he's... Yeah,
His horse,
yeah,
his
exactly.
horse's license.
Yeah, okay. I see you starting to roll. I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and roll if you'd like, but it's basically a free thing to search through someone's body. Unless you're looking to see if he has any hidden pockets up his butt.
He's looking in their body
He's checking that body.
like a fucking weirdo.
Let's just say I didn't roll. How about that? Let's just say
Okay.
there was no
What'd you
roll
roll
associated
poorly?
with this.
What's your roll? What's your roll?
Look,
No,
you gave
no.
me
What'd
you
you,
should
what'd
have
you,
not.
what'd you get? I want to know. Just for my
rolled
sake.
a
Well, my
fail.
investigation is a 0, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So my total is a 2.
Oh, good. All right. Okay. Yeah. You don't. You.
There's nothing
not-
here, guys. Fuck me.
I'm not gonna make some joke. That's just fun. No, what you do see as you search him, you find a pouch with 3 eider inside, and then you also find in his breast pocket a journal. It's waterlogged, so you can't make out a whole bunch of it, but there's a few pages that are more recent entries that you can read.
Okay. Well, give me that message in these.
Okay. All right. It basically reads out that every 5 minutes, he's noted that a log slips beneath the current at the small waterfall. So he has observed that. He has been at a stakeout for about 2 nights to watch the outgoing shipments before he noticed that. He is not certain, or I guess was not certain, what was taking the logs, but he did note that he's gotten the best sleep of his life listening to the singing of the Ironside's gentle waters. And that's all you can
Well,
see.
maybe if he'd have spent less time sleeping, he'd be alive.
I agree.
Who sleeps in the fucking woods with city boys?
Yeah, I'm gonna move under the presumption that this is Stefan. That's my best guess right now.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The front of the thing, it said this journal belongs to, and then written in the name is Stefan.
Seems like a pretty good guess, Sherlock.
Yes,
Stefan Lansing.
I'm doing my best. I didn't read the front of the journal, to be fair to myself, but this is Stefan.
Sure.
I think we need to get him to the hospital.
No.
I think
no,
hospital's
Six.
a little late on this one.
You see the graying of the flesh and the fact that you can't really bend his limbs means he's well beyond probably ever living again.
Oh,
I mean, I guess maybe somebody could potentially have the money to, bring him back, but I highly doubt it. I mean, look at the guy. He works for the Commerce Department.
I use Revivify. I'm just kidding. It wouldn't work
No, yeah,
anyways.
it's good,
He's been there for weeks. I also don't have Revivify. Okay. Well, maybe we can follow the underwater alcove now.
Hop in, bud.
That's your decision, dude, because you're the one who's going down there.
Fuck me. I mean, I'm the best
I
one
can
for
go down
the
there.
job.
I totally believe in my ability to swim through that current, but I mean, you've already
No.
volunteered, so why would I risk my life?
Yeah, exactly.
He's the one
plus,
who
I don't
doesn't
need
have
to
to
breathe.
breathe.
Literally
so,
don't
yeah.
have to breathe. So
I think he's the best candidate.
okay. Well, tie me off, and if I feel it get taut again, or if you feel it get taut again, just pull me, like you did last time.
All right.
So since I've been under the water at this point, Tanner, and know what to expect, can I do it at not disadvantage?
I will. I'll let you do it normally. If you jump in at the base of the waterfall, not at the top, and you try and just swim directly under. Yes, you can do an athletics check. Standard.
I cast guidance on myself.
Okay, nice.
All right, 6. 3 tugs means pull you because there's an emergency, all right? So tug the rope 3 times and we'll pull you real fast. I'll statue one of the horses and I'll slap it so it'll run.
Understood.
I tie the rope to the horse before he jumps in this time.
Okay.
Which horse?
My horse.
Oh, okay.
Again, because this is not in the middle of anything, you can make a good knot. It is, it's sturdy.
Good deal. All right, cool. Here's my athletics check to jump in. And I've crawled down. We're doing it from the base. All right, that is a 17 plus 2, 19.
17 plus 2. Okay, 19. All right. Let me ask you this before you actually jump in. It is going to make everything difficult. If there are any checks or anything else, if you go in with your weapons and everything attached to you, with your pouches and all that.
I learned that from the last time. Let's say I take them off.
Weapons, he just can't go with his armor, right?
Yeah, well, his armor is
my armor's
fused
tied
to him.
to me.
Yeah. So I mean, that's not something you can take off. But like your backpack, like what are you leaving behind? Is what I want to know. What are you traveling with?
I'll leave my pack behind. I'm gonna travel with my. I don't need my mace. I don't need my mace. I got magic, and I'll leave my mace and crossbow on this side. I've got magic if I need it, and I'm gonna go in there.
And metal
I can't
fists,
take my armor.
so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. So.
And my bag. I'll leave it all with Archie.
You jump into the water. And again, this current is pretty strong at this point, but you begin to make your way against the current with as much strength as you can muster and bring yourself back to that alcove, to that underground cave that's underneath the water. And you swim into it. What you noticed here is the undertow. The current pulls back, as it would in these places. These are death traps if you're on very tumultuous rivers where they just churn and turn over themselves.
So it's a hydraulic. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, I just was curious.
Oh yeah, like rivers do.
Yeah, it's called a hydraulic.
Tanner researched river travel for this.
Oh, I was a river guide.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I understood what you were saying.
Yeah. It's just tumbling back over on stuff. So once you get to the cusp of this and finally force your way and swim as hard as you can to the edge of this, it sucks you out under and into this cave system in the back. It very quickly gets dark as you get farther and farther away from this opening underneath the waterfall. The light doesn't come into here as well. What you do notice before everything goes dim, because you don't have dark vision, correct?
Nope.
Okay. The last thing you notice about like the walls and your surroundings before you get too far and things get too dark are the claw marks against the walls down here. And you are pulled farther and farther back into this segment, and you don't see anything, anyone or any tools or anything. And then eventually you don't see anything because it has gotten pitch dark.
How far do I go back? Because this rope has a limit.
Yeah, you probably go back. I mean, Archie's probably, like 25 feet away, 10, 15 feet. You go 125, 130 feet. However much length of rope you gave to go under is how far in you go. So it would be less than 150 feet.
Okay.
And now you're just dangling at the end of this length of rope. It is taut, and the current is just rushing past you, trying to pull you further into this this underground river.